What's up, boxing fans? This is TBE Boxing, back at you again. Today's topic: shocking conspiracies. MAGA elites defends Ryan Garcia, says his support for Trump made him a target. Let's chop it up and see what it's all about.
Got the money for minutes, pretty bitch, gotta show me titties. This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? That life before Richie, huh? And I got the glitzy, run up on me, I'ma make you get it. I'ma make you get it.
Okay, boxing fans, we have a lot to talk about, so we're gonna chop it up. So this Ryan Garcia doping scandal is all over. It's going viral, and there's a lot of people coming out, some supporting Ryan, some against Ryan Garcia, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories floating around, as well. But Ryan is getting a lot of support, even though Ryan is complaining that he's getting like he's basically getting opposition from the what he calls the pedophile elites. We do see that he does have a lot of support, from media elites like the MAGA media elites, that's out there on YouTube. So it's not like it's a situation where all the elites is against Ryan Garcia. He is getting support from some of the elites. So let's take a quick look at some of the support, that Ryan Garcia is getting from the elites.
Boxer Ryan Garcia tests positive for banned substance. Okay, this came out last night out of nowhere. Star boxer Ryan Garcia tested positive for the performance-enhancing substance Ostarine the day before and the day of his upset win over Devin Haney last month, per voluntary anti-doping association letter sent to all parties Wednesday and obtained by ESPN. The urine samples were collected prior to the fight, but the results weren't known until later. Garcia has 10 days to request that his B sample be tested. Garcia's A sample has screened positive for 19 norendrosterone, but its presence it's unconfirmed until further lab analysis. Ostarine is a selective androgen receptor modulator that attaches to proteins in the body and effectively tells muscles to grow. It is used to aid performance by helping athletes build muscle mass and enhance their rate of fat loss.
Big lies. I beat his ass. Fuck out of here. Everybody go to Warwick tonight. It's lit.
And I was with this guy every.
That's great. I love how.
Fuck the Haney's.
Can you go to Twitter as well for his follow-up tweets?
I love him.
Yeah.
Ryan.
The most unpredictable.
It takes him a while to warm up, but then he says what's on his mind.
By the way,
Okay, so you can see big support for Ryan Garcia there from some media elites. Okay, now you're probably wondering who these guys are if you don't know them already. Well, they don't really cover boxing much. They basically cover MAGA political. That's their area of expertise. Basically, they deal with politics. Okay, but they do cover Ryan Garcia. He's been in their show several times actually, and he seems to be a friend of the show. So, but just to get a little more background, let's go to our correspondent, our boxing analyst, Robert Forecast, and see what he has to say about this whole thing. Let's see if he can shed some light on, some more, or some more facts about the issue.
Hi, my name is Robert Forecast, AI boxing analyst for TBE Boxing. In today's topic, Ryan Garcia tests positive for PEDs and suggests that his support for Donald Trump made him a target. Let us see if we can get to the facts of the story. Just a week earlier, things seemed to be going well. Recently, the professional boxer Ryan Garcia, also known for his conspiracy theories, had openly shown his support for Donald Trump by endorsing him in a video shared by Trump's campaign. This endorsement was a part of Trump's strategy to leverage the support of influencers and celebrities for his 2024 campaign. Garcia had come off the back of a contentious win against Devin Haney, and the Trump campaign was capitalizing on the boxer's trending victory to garner attention. However, the narrative has shifted recently. Garcia had already faced repercussions for not meeting the required weight for the bout. Further complicating matters, ESPN disclosed the contents of a letter from the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association to Garcia that revealed his twice positive test results for performance-enhancing substances. Garcia has staunchly refuted these allegations, insisting on various platforms that he has never used steroids. He suggested, in a video reported by the AP, that a natural supplement named ashwagandha might have triggered the positive result. But the manner of Garcia's rebuttals seems to mirror Trump's style of dismissive deflection and evasion. On the X social media platform, previously known as Twitter, Garcia insinuated that the doping allegations were a targeted attack against him due to his support of Trump. Crafting the narrative further, Garcia posted a video on his Instagram where he compared the doping reports to the fake news that Trump often rails against. During an explicit rant on a social media audio space, Garcia recycled previous claims that the allegations might be orchestrated by the very pedophile elites he is accused of trying to counteract him. Garcia's attempt to downplay the significance of the doping reports by nonchalantly mentioning that even if steroids were involved, his opponent still lost, did little to strengthen his case. One of Garcia's supporters attempted to interject quickly, trying to steer the conversation away from the topic of steroid use by emphasizing that Garcia hadn't used any such substances. I will be keeping a close eye on this story going forward, but that is all I have for right now. Back to you, TBE.
Okay, thank you, Robert. That was Robert Forecast, our AI boxing analyst, bringing us up to speed on this story. So, as you can see, there's a politics angle to this whole story, and so, according to Ryan Garcia, his support for Trump is what's making him a target, and so he's basically denying that he cheated or that he took any PEDs, right? So let's follow that angle a little bit further and see what else we can find out.
Anybody that goes and says publicly they love Trump, notice how all of a sudden something bad happens to you, your career, your name. It's so weird because, by the way, a piss test comes back like that. That's why they wait till right now to come after him. That's ridiculous.
Rob, so Gervonta Davis is saying Eddie Hearn is behind this. And remember, Eddie Hearn is the guy that Ryan Garcia's father went up to after the fight.
The guy from England?
So in response to Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis came out swinging, expressing his support for Garcia and calling out repercussions against promoter Eddie Hearn. Davis took to social media to voice his outrage at the attempt to discredit Garcia's victory over Devin Haney, bluntly stating, "They doing anything to take away the win from Ryan." In a show of solidarity with his fellow boxer, Davis condemned what is perceived as a concerted effort to undermine his achievements.
Okay, so there it is again. So again, we are seeing that there's a conspiracy theories being weaved around this whole Garcia doping scandal, right? So this is definitely becoming a bona fide scandal. Now, those people that we see defending Ryan, like I said, those guys are basically they basically cover politics. They don't really cover boxing too much, but we do have some people in the boxing community who is also spreading conspiracy theories, and let's take a look at that right now. We're gonna go straight to the videotape, straight to the receipts.
Oh, Gervonta Tank Davis's conspiracy, it's worth some energy, but then there's the second conspiracy. And that's this trifecta connection. The relationship between the Haneys, Victor Conte, and Vada.
But I heard that Devin Haney, he's connected to Victor Conte, who's connected to Vada real close. Victor Conte, known to get caught for cheating, got banned from baseball, whatever sport he was in.
Now, we all know that Victor Conte and Devin, the American Dream Haney, they have a working relationship. Now, Victor Conte, he owns Snack. And we know Victor Conte's background, okay? The biggest cheater in sports history.
Okay, so that's the Showbiz the Adult, that's his perspective. And, according to Showbiz the Adult, instead of, punishing Ryan Garcia if he's found guilty. Uh, Showbiz is suggesting that he be rewarded with a mega fight against Haney as a rematch. So, you know, I mean, that's amazing, really. So this is what's really going on out there right now. I mean, this thing is, has exploded on the internet, and like I said, you have people taking sides on this issue. Now, we all know where Ryan Garcia stands. He's basically saying that it's politics, and they're coming after him because he's supporting Donald Trump. You know, and so I mean, I don't know. I mean, did Victor Conte tell him to take ashwagandha? I'm not sure how that works. But let's listen to Ryan Garcia. Let's see what he has to say about the whole issue.
But I heard that Devin Haney, he's connected to Victor Conte, who's connected to Vada real close. Victor Conte, known to get caught for cheating, got banned from baseball, or whatever sport he was in.
You are so beautiful to me.
Thank you for helping me beat Devin Haney, ashwagandha root. Thank you for giving me the left foot power. No rematch.
Okay, so there it is. That's Ryan Garcia kissing the ashwagandha bottle and saying thank you for giving me the strength. So, I mean, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is this. Ryan Garcia is actually admitting that he had some help. He's claiming that it's, ashwagandha root. Okay, and you have other people out there claiming, well, they're not claiming. He actually, basically failed the doping test, and he test positive for Osterine, which is a PED, okay, for quick strength and energy. So now I guess we have to figure out which is actually the truth. Is it the ashwagandha that gave Ryan Garcia the strength, as he's claiming that it's ashwagandha, or is it the Osterine? I mean, I guess we're gonna have to wait for the B samples to come back, to find out what's really happening. But the funny thing about this whole scandal is this: uh, Ryan Garcia is basically. You remember when Canelo Alvarez got popped dirty? He said that he was the meat, and then when Valdez his team, who's also on this team, when he popped dirty, he said it was herbal tea. And now Ryan Garcia, who used to be on their team as well, he's saying that it's ashwagandha. So it's like there's a connection there. There's a trend. They make it's like they try to muddy the waters. They say something else, without actually saying they didn't take any substance, because it's going to be difficult to say you didn't take the substance if it's found in your test, right? So what do? You attribute it to something else. You say, well, it was something natural that introduce it into your body, as opposed to you actually taking banned substances. So we see that there's a history to how this is handled, from certain people in the boxing community, and we know that Team Canelo, which Ryan Garcia was a part of at one time. He was a part of Team Canelo. So at the end of the day, this is really big news, really. And Ryan Garcia is trying to play this down. Now, I mean, I don't know if he cheated or if he didn't cheat. I can't say for sure one way or the other, because as far as we can see, that the final tests haven't come back yet. But you have people out there jumping in the bandwagon, pro or con. I'm going to wait for the results of the second test to see, to make a decision on whether I think he's cheating or not. So, I don't want to jump to any conclusions, okay? But it's not looking good for Ryan Garcia at this point in time, basically. That's all I'm saying. That's all I can say at this point, But like I said, Ryan is getting a lot of support from all the different, from the blogosphere, especially from, the MAGA, media elites, political blogosphere. These guys basically talk politics most of the time, and they don't support anybody but they don't really support boxing. They don't really follow boxing like that. They basically just deal with politics, and once in a while they get into some uh, whatever the trending media topic is at the moment. But here's a little example of their political coverage. So let's take a quick look at it.
You talk about the genocide in Israel or in Gaza as if it's just a matter of fact. Well, let me show some stats for you, because after you see these stats, Israel's the worst genociders ever. The numbers, according to the world data, if you trust data, between 1990 and 2022, the Palestinian population overall went from 2 million to 5 million, okay? Pretty bad at genocide if that's what's happening right there. In Gaza, it went from 645,000 to 2.1 million. It's 3x. That ain't genocide to me. Now,
what did I tell you that is so lazy? What did I tell you, like you're fucking racist?
Because you've already said that multiple times.
No, I didn't say.
Yeah, you did. You said that multiple times.
I said your undertone is racist. No, that's not what.
So not.
Okay, so there's an example of the political coverage these guys usually deal with, even though most of the time they're dealing with domestic politics as opposed to foreign policy per se. But they cover all spectrum of politics, and that's basically an example of some of their coverage. Now, in terms of this whole boxing scandal, I think that a more balanced view, was exhibited by legendary boxing announcer Al Bernstein. So let's take a look at what Al Bernstein had to say.
From one dream matchup to a fighter named The Dream, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney losing a majority decision to Ryan Garcia 2 weeks ago. Yesterday, news broke Ryan Garcia popped hot for performance-enhancing drugs. What do you think about, how does that change his victory in your eyes?
Well, look, the whole fight seemed off. Let's be honest. Everything about the fight, the lead-in was weird, right? It was strange. It was odd. It was contentious. Sometimes it's just almost embarrassing. He came in 3 pounds overweight, apparently intentionally. And the only good part of the fight was his performance and the fact that the fight was pretty interesting. And so we should almost be shocked that there's a weird aftermath to the fight, because here we are. It certainly impacts the victory dramatically. If you're using a performance-enhancing drug, it changes everything, in my opinion. If he is. And he'll have a chance to perhaps somehow prove he didn't, but we'll find out.
And if he did, Devin Haney already calling for that victory to be called a no contest. But with all isn't it crazy, Al, that even with all of that said, the rematch still keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, of course. We live in times where no event is too weird, period. None, as evidenced by Tyson Paul or whatever. If an event can be marketed, it's good, period. It's the way it is now. So this all enhances the marketing of that event. And so because of that, it makes it a potentially bigger event.
Okay, so there it is. We're going to give Al Bernstein the final word on this topic for right now. And, we'll cover it more as we go along to see how everything all plays out. So at this point, we're basically waiting for the results to come back for the B testing. I'm hearing now. I don't know if Ryan Garcia has requested the B testing as yet, but eventually that's going to have to happen, and we're going to see what the results are. So with that said, I'm going to leave it there. We'll follow up, to see what happened. But with that said, that's all we have for right now. This is TBE Boxing saying, I'm out.
Got the money for minutes, pretty bitch, gotta show me titties. This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? That life before Richard, huh? And I got the glazy run up on me, I'ma make you get it. I'ma make you get it.